Humidity still a factor on this fall afternoon, but no rain in the forecast. That's the good news as you look inside Everbank Stadium here in Jacksonville. Today we've got a matchup here in pivotal Week 7, as it'll be the Tennessee Titans taking on the Jacksonville Jaguars.
To kick off for Tennessee.
Getting toward the halfway point of the NFL season, Week 7 is underway on EA Sports. And that one not returnable. It's over the back line to the end zone, so that's going to be spotted up at the 30-yard line. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10.
All right, let's go.
Going to the air right away, Lawrence. A short throw there to Strange. And getting this just shy of midfield. They'll spot it at the 49. 14 yards there on the first play from scrimmage.
But when you hit him on the move like that, and he's able to get into open field with a full head of steam, oh boy, it's going to be tough to get him down.
Yeah, there was a big window. They're lucky they did get him down.
Ready, set. Hey, go, go. Go, go. Hey, Soko, so hot.
I got him, man. I got him. He's mine. He's mine.
Lawrence. And that'll be knocked away. It's incomplete. The Jaguars sitting at a very solid 4-2 record through the first 6 weeks. They come in playing pretty good football, winners of 4 of their last 6 games.
And I thought that they played pretty well last week. Their execution, their discipline, their resilience, all on display in that victory.
Got it.
2nd and 10.
Hey, run. Soko, hot. Here we go.
Lawrence will throw. And that nearly an interception here on this opening drive, but he gets a reprieve. It's 3rd down. You talk about this Titan defense. Yeah, they've played well against the pass, currently ranked 7th in the NFL.
Yeah, defending the pass hasn't been an issue for them. It's been stopping the run. And if they don't stop the run, they can't get back to their strength, which is guarding against the air attack.
Go, go.
Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions.
Hey, go. Silver.
Again, it's Lawrence. In the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he's going to have another first down as the tackle's made at the Titans' 29-yard line. A gain of 22.
Well, I think when they look at their offense, they think to themselves, weapons everywhere, and they want to move the ball around. They want to spread it to different people. But you absolutely know they want to get this man involved as well, and that's what they just did on that play.
Take right open.
So operating from Tennessee territory now. Here's 1st and 10 as they're down to the 29-yard line.
Red.
They'll run. This is Bashal Tootin. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9. Well, this defense for the Titans, they had certainly had their struggles to start the season, but they put it all together in getting that first victory a week ago.
Yeah, and what stood out to me on tape, the way they were flying to the football. So that tells me that they've got all their assignments down, and they're playing with extreme confidence.
And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. 2 runs in a row, but only 2 yards to show for it. But not much on that run, Charles.
No, that's exactly the way to execute a run blitz there. They guessed correctly that they would move the ball on the ground, honed in on it, and stopped them. Mark that down for a win in the defense's column.
Ready up.
7th play of the drive, forthcoming on 3rd and 8.
3rd on red. Ringo.
Out of the gun, it's Lawrence. And this is going to be incomplete.
That one came up just a little bit short. I'm wondering, is he still a little bit tight as this game starts? What would you say? Maybe he's got to take the governor off of it?
Or maybe the donut off the baseball bat like the guys in the on-deck circle?
I like that. Yeah, just take that little extra weight off of him and start to play freely.
In the end, the opening drive, Charles, does yield points. Maybe not the touchdown that they wanted, though.
Yeah, but bottom line, they wanted to get something out of that drive, and they did that. 3 points, they won't turn that down at all.
The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And he brings us out past the 20 to the 24. Looking to put a drive together.
Go! 60 Eagles, 60 Eagles. Steady.
First carry for Josh Jacobs. And he's able to get this one up to his 30 before he's out of bounds. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4.
From the lineman to the guy running with it, that was a well-executed first down by the offense. With 2 shots left to get the first, you can get a little aggressive here on 2nd down if you want and try for some bigger yardage.
Let's go now.
They'll send a receiver in motion left.
Go.
Here's Ward. Toward the right sideline, but it's incomplete.
This is what defensive coaches ask of their defenders every single ball game. Get a hand on every throw in coverage. They want the deflections. They want the knockaways. Pick it yourself if you can, but at least knock it down and guarantee it's incomplete.
They'll go with the empty backfield here. 3rd and 4.
Set it. 18 Cardinal, 18 Cardinal. 19 tight, 19 tight. Ready, ready.
Now Ward. Able to find the open man. That's complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. Excellent play there on 3rd down. Give him 25 yards.
First down. It's a gain of 25 yards. And the Titans first down.
Ready,
So
set.
in Jacksonville territory now. Here's a 1st and 10 at the 46.
Let's go. Ready.
They'll run right here with Jacobs. And a pretty good burst right there as he'll take this down to the 33. 12 more yards there and another first down.
A good run there off right tackle in an old-school NFL football. The right side of the offensive line, often known as the nasty side. The left side, usually the technical side. Kind of reminds me of the old Atlanta Falcons 2009-2010. That's how they constructed their offensive line.
19, 18. Set.
On first down, they go with Jacobs again. And he'll manage to pick up about 4. It's 2nd down.
And that was a quality play to start a new set of downs. That was simply an offensive line winning the battle up front and winning it in a big way and giving their guy in the backfield a nice lane to hit.
Ready,
And
ready.
they work from the 29 on 2nd and 6.
Deputy. Hot, hot.
Ward. And finally down he goes as they work it inside the 10 to the 7. A well-executed 22-yard gain.
And that was good protection there. No, that was great protection there because it allowed him to lock in on his receiver. Although I think he was looking for his tight end on the corner route all the way. Nice connection there for a really nice gain.
Ready. Bronco 80. Hut.
Here's Jacobs. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage.
That's a really alert defense there because they saw the heavy look come in from the offense, countered it with extra linebackers who brought a little bit of speed and heft, and able to really make a big-time play for their defense.
It's 2nd and goal, back to the 8-yard line now.
60 Bison, 60 Bison. Check out.
Out of the gun again to Spears. And they'll be driven back here, losing yardage to the 10-yard line. The 2nd down play results in a loss of 2 yards.
Partner, I know we're in a goal-to-go situation, but my goodness, think about running the ball here. Not even a thought, is it?
Defensively, they're in a prime spot.
And I think the defensive guys are probably expressing themselves to them as well. I wouldn't run it here, guys. You might want to try throwing it.
Cowboy 80. Steady.
Ward, 3rd and goal. Trying to get it to Williams, but it's intercepted. And the Jaguars are going to take possession here as they've got it at their own 4-yard line.
Partner, there's no other way you could describe it because that was absolutely just gut-wrenching for that offense. They were right on the precipice. Points were available. All they had to do was just fall forward, and they were going to put them up on the board. Instead, a long drive ends in heartbreak and a melancholy trip back to the drawing board. How you like it when I go a little bit lyrical for you?
Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive.
Think right
They take over here following the interception. That's the good news. The tough spot is the spot that they're in. That's inside the 5 in the shadow of their own goalpost here. 1st and 10. And a nice pickup as this one gets them to the 10-yard line. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets them to 2nd and 4.
I think they're ahead of schedule now after that run. They might be bold with this 2nd down call after that type of a gain.
This 2nd and 4.
Red on red. Hey, Soko, it's a hunt. 30 left.
Slam.
Here we go.
From the shotgun, Lawrence. A short throw there to Strange. And, he takes a shot at the end of that play.
I know I spent a lot of time talking about how tight ends in a lot of cases now are pumped up wide receivers, but they're still big people. He used that frame right there to absorb a really big hit on him and held on to the ball.
Hey, Soko, it's a hunt. Easy.
And Lawrence changing the play.
Sink right. It's a hunt.
Hands it off out of the gun. And he'll power his way up near the 25. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3. Charles, they won last week despite him not running the ball well. They told us need to get him going. Runs like that help.
And they talked to us about leaning on him because, as you noted, last week they didn't have to. Still won the ball game. They leaned on other people to give them the yardage that they needed, but they really want him to be that guy, and that's what they're doing early in this game.
All right, let's go. Here we go.
Now Lawrence to throw. A short throw there to Strange. A busy first quarter. His 3rd catch of the afternoon is a 1st down.
That was a route run not just with dexterity, but with intelligence. Found the hole in the zone, made sure the quarterback saw him, and was able to make the sure catch and flip the down marker back to 1.
Now Lawrence. A short throw there to Strange. 3-0 after 1 on EA Sports. 2nd quarter now from Jacksonville, and it's the Jags with the football as they are looking at a 2nd and 5 situation.
Check, Panther. Hey. Here we go.
One back in the backfield, he'll get the carry. And he still has yet to get on track in this first half as they're going to stop him behind the line. It'll go down as a 2-yard loss, and it brings up a 3rd down.
The running lanes have definitely not been there for him here in the first half, and I don't think it's all been his fault. His offensive line hasn't given him much space. A loss results there.
Seventh play of the drive forthcoming on 3rd and 8.
11. Hey, Lion. Hey, son. Go. Silver.
Now Lawrence. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
Zone coverage there, and they were playing deep. That makes it obviously a little bit harder to run by guys. And that time, there's not much of a window to get the ball in there, and it winds up incomplete.
The Cook now on to punt as he gets this one away. Officially, that'll go as a 52-yard punt. Not too shabby. And it'll be Titan football.
Got it. Ready?
Tennessee offense about set and ready to go. And Charles, these early season in-division games are always interesting because you're still kind of figuring yourself out, but you want to know as much as you can about the opponent, especially when it's a division matchup. So I'm curious to see how the rest of this one plays out.
Yeah, that's a good point because they're still trying to work things out. They don't know everything about their own team, let alone trying to figure out their opponent. But you've got to do both on the fly, don't you? While the game's being played, figure it out both ways and try and find a way to win.
Now a 2nd and 10. The center receiver in motion to the right. This is Crockett. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets this football out shy of the 30 to the 29. First down, Titans, gain of 12.
How many times do we say in this game that speed kills, and it does it in so many different ways? In this case, you got a back who's quick and shifty, can make moves, make people miss, but also gets to and through a hole before it can close down. That's some of the benefits of that speed, not just outrunning people in the secondary. That led to a really nice game.
And the second wave of tacklers is going to get him as they stop him behind the line. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
I have a feeling they'll stay committed to running the football, especially on the early downs. They just haven't had a whole lot of success just yet.
Okay, ready?
So the first down run lost a couple. Now they come up 2nd and 12. To throw is Ward. Oh, and his early struggles continue. Here's another one intercepted. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown. Well, the offense had really not been able to mount anything yet on that drive, and the defense made sure they couldn't mount anything. The interception and the return adding 6 to the scoreboard.
And that's no small return for a linebacker partner. He took matters into his own hands and his legs on that pick. And once he had it, I don't think anyone on the field could have stopped him.
Now they'll line up to kick the extra point. It's up and good, and that'll increase their lead to 10-zip.
Makes the score Jaguars 10, Titans nothing. Cam Little to kick off.
So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6, and now the kick is away. And he'll be brought down right on the chalk of the The Titans offense set to begin the drive. And job one here, Charles, just keep possession of the football. 2 drives, 2 turnovers to this point.
You're exactly right, Doctor. Hippocratic oath. First, do no harm. And right now, they're harming themselves on offense.
I like that. No one is mistaking me for a doctor, though. Thank you, Dr. Davis. First play of the drive, a success, 19 yards.
Exactly what they needed right there, because they needed to use the ground game to take some pressure off, because the quarterback's been struggling a little bit.
Tennessee.
From up near the 40 now after the big play to start. Here's another 1st and 10.
Go! Cowboys!
Once again, it's Jacobs. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up.
They went right back to him, but he pretty much had nowhere to go on that play.
Now, the previous carry looked pretty good. That one, maybe he was a little tired. I don't know.
Yeah, maybe he should have tapped out and had a second back come in and maybe make that run. Who knows?
Here's a 2nd and 8.
Here we go, here we go! 1918, Cougar 19!
Working out of the gun here, Ward. Quick hitter here, it's complete. And at his size, he's a smaller back. You can get him to football. He can kind of get lost, make someone miss. It's good for him.
Yeah, it's great for him. I like what you said there. Sometimes he gets lost in the traffic a little bit, but get him out in the open field into some space. That plays to his strengths the best and keeps him out of it where all the big boys are, you know, make him make someone miss in the open field.
Gravity Lions! Ready, ready?
Throwing is Ward. He's going to flip that out to the flat. It's complete. And some room to work. He is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. Forget the run on 3rd and 1. They shock the D and rip off a pretty big play.
And the Titans 1st down.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10.
Let's go now! Cougar 19! 70s Timberwolves!
And they'll send the tight end in motion here.
Ready?
On 1st and 10, it's Spears. Just a yard on the 1st down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
And the big fella stuffed that one up in a big way. I think doubling him has to be a priority because you can't move up to the next level if you don't take care of him first.
From the 25, here's a 2nd down and 9.
Let's go! Let's go!
Throwing now, Ward. And this one is incomplete.
I know you thought saying touchdown there, didn't you, partner? That looked like a short 6 points, but the contact jarred it free.
Got his hands on it, could not hold on through the end of the play.
On the ready!
The Titans on 3rd down. They've been okay, 2 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 9.
70s Timberwolves! Go!
To throw, here's Ward. It's caught in the end zone. Touchdown, Tennessee. Chimley DK, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Titans have got it back to within a score. Extra point by Sly is up and good. And that'll cut it to 3 at 10-7.
Joey Slide to kick off for Tennessee.
Joey Sly now to kick off after the touchdown. And This one definitely not in the landing zone. In fact, it's over the back line. So this is going to come out to the 35. The Jacksonville offense set to begin their next drive. As we eat closer and closer to intermission, Charles, remember last time out they punted. They would love to get points here, especially if this is going to be their final possession of the first half.
Yeah, and this is what close games feel like because the pressure is on both sides, but sometimes the pressure is a little bit higher on the team with the slight edge because they're trying to hold on to that, trying to increase it. Let's see how this one continues.
1st and 10 at the 23-yard line.
So the big play gets them all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone here for 1st and 10.
Hey,
Lawrence going to move them around a bit. They go play action here on 1st down. This will be caught inside the 10. And they've got it inside the 10 at the 8. That gain of 15 gets him on the doorstep, 1st and goal.
How about the way they're moving the ball down the field? They had a big play a moment ago. Followed it up with another nice one here. And before you know it, they're already looking at 1st and goal.
Ready? Hey, Ron. Sing, turn.
They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. That's some good hard running there as he'll push his way forward for about 5. 2 minutes remaining in the first half. 10-7, our score. They'll go again from the 3 here on 2nd and goal.
Rip, 23. Hey, Ginger, 13, Lou.
Watch the whip.
The Titans going to use the first of their timeouts. So as they talk it over, we step aside.
Hey, go. Soko, it's hot.
And they'll get him down just shy of the goal line at about the 1. He'll get 2 on the keeper, but it becomes now a 3rd down.
Anytime you decide to use your quarterback as a runner, most of the time when you design a play, you're expecting to break a little bit bigger than this one because when you run him on short gains, your risk-reward and him taking hits, I'm not sure that's the payoff they were looking for.
They've been denied touchdowns in the red zone twice already. Here comes 3rd and goal. And he takes it in. Touchdown, Jacksonville. Trevor Lawrence. It's a 1-yard touchdown run. And the Jaguars are able to widen their advantage. Extra point splits the uprights. And his guys will take a 10-point lead. Here's the Jaguar kick team now as they run up and send this one away. And beyond the 20, but not by much. In fact, just a yard pass there to the 21. Tennessee offense about set and ready to go. They find themselves down 17-7 as they start this drive 1st and 10. From the gun, here's Ward. And his throw is going to be incomplete.
To this point, I've been impressed with the work defensively. They have now allowed a lot of receivers to run free. And there's another example, another incompletion.
Here's 2nd and 10.
60 Maverick, 60 Eagle, 60 Eagle.
Ward now working out of the gun. It's complete to Williams. And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33.
That's good for our Titans. First down.
Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Fisher.
Let's go, let's go.
Creeping up on a minute to play in this first half.
Looks like
they'll move things around here.
The 34-yard line.
Steady.
They run with Crockett. And they can't bring him down. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. 1st and 10 here. And, you know, if they could just get 3 out of this, something about whittling it to a one-score game at half that might provide a psychological boost.
Let's go.
Out of the gun, Ward. He's going to get his man out of the backfield, complete. And he's able to take it across midfield before going out of bounds.
46-yard line.
It'll be a gain of 5, and it's 2nd down.
Okay, break. Get it. 19 Tiger, 19 Tiger. Ready.
From the shotgun, it's Ward. And the Jags get to him as down he goes. 7th play of this drive coming up, and a long way to go on 3rd down.
79 Broncos. Check up.
From the gun, Ward. He finds his man, complete. It's Vasquez. And he'll only get this to about the 44 as they stop him short of the line to gain.
And I believe that that gain on 3rd and long changes things quite a bit because this would be a very long field goal. I wouldn't be surprised to see him go for it here.
The offense staying out. They're going to go on 4th and 2.
Ready, ready. Bronco 80. Tiger, 19 Tiger. Ready, ready.
They'll try and throw for it with Ward. Pass taken in by his big tight end. Now a timeout. 7 seconds left in the first half.
And that's a big pickup of a first down. And you know that all week, both sides of the ball, offense and defense, are going through every situation. And in this case, the offensive guys had the right play dialed up because defensively, you work on 4th down situations as well.
And deflating for the defense. They can't get the stop here.
Ready, ready.
So this drive going to continue following the conversion on 4th. Here's 1st and 10.
70 Timberwolf. Viking 18. Get up.
To the outside, that's complete to Williams. And he gets it down a yard or two shy of the 30 before he's out of bounds. A gain of 4 last play. They double that here and get 8.
On the pickup, brings up 2nd and 2.
So 3 seconds here remain in the half on as the field goal unit to see about getting 3 points. This is a 49-yard attempt, right hash. Sly able to put this one through. And that'll do it for the end of the second quarter. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. One touchdown is the difference. 17-10 our score, and we are back underway on EA Sports. Some hitting going on now. This has been a tight game, and he takes a big shot there on the return. The Titans offense set to begin the drive. Charles, some things to like about that first half. Ultimately trailing here, but certainly this deficit is manageable. So curious to see what adjustments they may have made at intermission.
As am I, because I think things bode well for a possible comeback, because I thought a lot of their best reps in the first half came through the passing game. They were hitting the open receivers, taking whatever the coverage gave them and making it work well for themselves. Now, they just want to pick up the pace of scoring a little bit. So I expect them to come out and continue to throw the ball effectively.
Okay,
here's
ready?
2nd and 10.
Ready?
They'll stay on the ground with Jacobs. And only a couple there up to about the 23-yard line.
Sometimes your philosophies get challenged at times you don't want them to. They did try to stick to the running game on the first 2 plays. Didn't amount to much.
And now facing a 3rd and long at the outset of this drive. They'll see about converting this 3rd and 8.
Cougar 19. Ready?
Back to throw. Ward. And this pass broken up. Excellent coverage there on 3rd down, as that was not an easy one to hold on to. On now is the Titans punter, as he's on to punt for the first time this afternoon. Taken from just outside the 30. And he gets this to the other side of midfield across the 45 before going out. Great blocking on the return. It springs him for 25. Now the Jags will have great field position to start this drive as they take over on the short side of the field.
Hey, lie.
On 1st down, they'll go to the ground attack. And a pretty good burst right there as he'll take this down to the 33. 10 yards there to start the drive, and just enough by about the length of the football for a 1st down.
Running lanes were at a premium in the first half, but he's able to find some room there, and he's hoping that that's a precursor of a big second half.
So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33.
Hey.
And they'll give him another shot here on the ground. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on 2nd down.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here, because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time, and making it work.
Second and a couple.
On red. Hey, 13, Luke.
Looking to throw, Lawrence. They'll try and set up the screen to Tootin. And he'll get it down this time to the 17. That one a first down pickup of 8.
Caught that look from you there, partner. I think we're on the same page on that one. Just his first catch. I think we both thought he'd be a little more active in the passing game. Let's see if that's the start of them trying to get the ball to him a little bit more here in the second half.
Go! Son, this is hot. 11. Here we go, son.
And he'll run on the inside handoff. And a nice job to break free of one tackle, but it slowed his momentum somewhat, and he's taken down right after. 42 yards rushing for him now in the ball game.
Offensive linemen love creating space for their guys carrying the ball, but when that guy also breaks tackles and creates extra yardage, they almost feel like he's one of them, and they really embrace him.
All right, here we go. Son.
Rush in.
Here we go, son.
And they'll keep leaning on the running game. Back to the ground. And he'll get this one down to about the 10-yard line. Only a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a third down.
Brandon, you're a big lover of music. How about what you just saw there? This is what I call playing the piano for a defensive lineman. The ability to move laterally up and down the line of scrimmage. How about the way he just flowed and got to the outside part of the field and made that play?
Now the former Syracuse man, LaQuint Allen. And he won't be close to a first down as he runs into a wall right around the line of scrimmage. Call it no gain there, and it leads to a fourth down. Now a field goal try coming up here for the Jags. From the right hash, and this one just a chippy. And his kick is good. And they double him up here. That makes our score 20-10. So the lead grows here incrementally, but I think the way their defense is playing, you feel okay with just getting 3.
They've definitely been stout so far, but now that could all change because if one guy gets loose for 70 yards, this is a different game. But as it stands, field goals are good. Just keep adding to that lead.
And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. Tennessee offense about set and ready to go. These guys definitely hoping for a better showing than their last appearance. They couldn't really even move the football much beyond the shadows of their own goalpost, Charles. We'll see if they can get a better, more sustained drive going here.
Yeah, and every team that we ever talk to says the exact same thing. When you start a drive from that deep in your own territory, the goal is a minimum of at least 2 first downs, because even if you have to punt then, you change the field position, right? You flip the field a little bit. They didn't get that done. This time they want to string together a nice drive and help themselves out.
And that throw behind his man, he missed him, incomplete.
Well, they certainly aren't letting up today, partner, because they've forced big turnovers already, and it's been incredibly tough for them to get yards against, let alone put points up on the board.
A 2nd and 10 forthcoming here. Third quarter action from Jacksonville.
Ready! Cowboy, pick up!
Counter play with Jacobs. They get 6. That'll leave them with 3rd and 4.
There's so many definitions of a complete back. I think most people think a guy who can block, a guy who can catch, and a guy who can run. But how about when you put it all together as a runner, and you can fake people out, you can be shifty, and also run with some power and break tackles, as we just saw on that pickup.
19 Tiger.
From the gun on 3rd down, Ward. That is caught. And he's going to have another first down as the tackle's made at the Jaguars' 28. A big 3rd down pickup of 20 yards.
And that's the kind of play this offense needs to maybe kick them into gear a little bit.
Ready.
They've been stuck in neutral much of the game. Perhaps that can give them a little bit of confidence that big plays are out there.
They go play action with Ward. And just not enough on the throw there. Down around his feet and incomplete.
At this point in the game, in the situation they're in, partner, these incompletions that we're seeing, they need to turn into positive snaps, and soon.
An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10.
Now
they'll change things up. And 2nd and 10, he'll look to throw again. And he's going to be taken down. Pressure gets there back at the 39-yard line. Joshua Hines-Allen in there for the sack, and it's an important one from a personal standpoint, as that is sack number 100 in what has certainly been a terrific career to this point. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down.
Here we go, sack. Rocco 80. Ready.
Here's Ward. And incomplete on the deep ball.
They decided the opportunity was there and launched a deep ball, but he was unable to get away from the defender, couldn't create space, couldn't uncover at the end of the route, and that one winds up incomplete.
A 56-yard attempt.
Oh, they get to the football. It's blocked. Now it's scooped up, and this is a live football.
But, Charles, you cannot say enough about that play by their special teams. Think about it. That keeps this game at 2 possessions in the second half and really adds pressure to the opposition.
Yeah, it certainly does, especially their offense. It takes a lot of pressure off the offense of the team that's leading. They got a little bit more of a cushion to play with now. How about the thanks each guy was getting as they came off the field after that block? Special teams, certainly special in that situation.
Completes it to Norwood. And that's good for a gain of 6. And that's going to bring up 2nd down.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and you can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
Ball on the 47-yard line. Here's a 2nd down and 4.
23. Soko, hot. Hot.
Run back in the backfield. He'll get the carry. And tackled down after a gain of 3. Leaves him with 1 yard to go on 3rd down.
When you find that kind of yardage, you couldn't be more confident as a ball carrier. And guess what? You're going to go back and tell your offensive coordinator, I'd like to keep carrying it, thank you.
30 left. Hey. Here we go.
Lawrence will throw. That is caught by a diving Thomas. We have played 3 quarters. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports. Back now in Jacksonville. It's Jaguar football here, and they'll look to extend their lead as we begin quarter number 4.
Red on red. It's on. Silver.
On 1st down, they'll go to the ground attack. And he's going to lose yards. They take him down at the 26. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down. Run blitz there defensively, something we might see more of here in the 4th quarter.
I think we'll see a lot of it, and the difference between that and a pass blitz, you're just trying to get to the quarterback. You're trying to scheme someone open who will get to the QB and make sure he gets on the ground. In a run blitz, you're actually trying to cover up gaps, trying to cover up holes so they can't run the football.
11. Hey, kill. Go, let's go. Red.
Here's Lawrence. He gets it to Thomas. It's going to be a nice pickup, but he also takes a pretty good lick at the end of that one.
When you're playing a quarterback with some experience and some moxie, you enter the danger zone when you decide to blitz him, because if he's able to diagnose as he did on that play, he can hurt you downfield.
He reads defenses so well, doesn't he?
He really does, and the best part about that play for him, I don't think that was his primary target.
I don't think so either.
I think he had the read, figured out where the blitz was coming from, and went to a secondary target for a really nice game.
Able to find the open man. That's complete. And the Jags are going to have 1st and goal as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points.
Oh, nice job there putting the ball right in the doorstep of the goal line. Couldn't quite get in to pay dirt, but he got awfully close. Let's see if they can cash it in over the next couple of plays.
A good chance now to put this game on ice. This is first and goal.
Hey, go, go! Son, it's a hunt.
Now Lawrence to throw.
Got his man. It's caught. Touchdown, Jaguars. A 1-yard touchdown reception.
And the Jaguars are about to make it 4 straight as they add to this fourth quarter advantage.
Extra point right down the middle. And that'll make this a 3-score game now. The lead moves to 17. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away.
And makes it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line.
The Titans offense set to begin the drive.
We certainly had a sense coming in here that these guys were in for a tough one on the road. That has been how this ball game has played out. That's really big as we continue on now here in this fourth quarter. Second and 9. Now Ward.
Over the middle, complete. It's Williams. And up to the 35 before they're able to knock him down. So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's first and 10.
Ward.
And it's a short one here, complete to his tight end. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. Second and right at a yard.
70 Ranger. Go.
To throw is Ward. And that falls to the ground, incomplete. A nice job of bodying him up defensively, and now it brings up third down.
They lead big, and a major part of that has been how they've taken their play to a whole new level this second half. No points allowed since the break, and you can add another incompletion to the total number that they forced in this runaway contest.
They'll look to throw again.
And this almost intercepted. Not sure he saw the free safety that time, but lucky, incomplete. That'll bring up fourth down.
Even with such a big lead late, the effort hasn't lapsed one bit. If the offense wants to score some points in this one, they're going to have to earn it. These guys are not giving up anything.
All right, they're going to try and keep hope alive here on fourth down. They're going for it.
60 Vikings, 6 Vikings, 18.
Going for it, here's Ward.
And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. The Titans try it, but ultimately they fail on fourth down. And the Jags take over in terrific field position.
Hey, easy, route.
On first down, they'll go to the ground attack. And he's able to carve out about 6 there, down to the 37. Now, I'm guessing you'd say this is kind of the key here. Grind out some yardage, work on that clock, see if you can continue to tick it down.
Definitely, you want to bleed things out at this point, right? Continue to possess the football, gain some yardage, and put the onus on the defense. Do they have to use timeouts? What are they going to do to stop you? You're taking charge.
And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. It'll be a loss of a couple on the play, so now third down coming up. They'll need 5 on this play to move the sticks.
Hey, kill!
Lawrence. And this pass broken up. Now the contact well timed there, and now fourth down.
Cam Little on for the Jaguars field goal.
And his kick is good. He got every bit of that one as it's good from 56 yards out. And that will extend their lead even further.
Well, ultimately not really sure that they're going to need those 3 points, but they'll take the 3 and they pad that lead.
Yeah, this one's already wrapped up, but you and I both know if you're an offensive coordinator, you never let up on the gas unless the head coach tells you to do so. And maybe you've actually clicked him off in your headset so you can keep calling plays and trying to add to this lead.
Tennessee offense about set and ready to go. And last time went for it on fourth, didn't get it. See if they can pick themselves up off the mat and do better this go around.
Sometimes I have this vision of coaches writing notes to themselves before a game, and sometimes that note says, be aggressive, stay aggressive. Maybe that's what we saw in the last possession.
Yeah, they were very aggressive. This time, will it result in points? We'll find out. Again on the ground, again Crockett. And he'll get it out near the 40 to the 39. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10.
1st and 10 at the 39-yard line.
Not liking the look. They'll change the play.
Crockett. And they get to him after a gain of 6 to the 46.
Here's 2nd and 3.
A 7-yard pickup. Brings up 2nd and 10.
To Crockett on the ground. And he stopped immediately there. The Titans on 3rd down. Not quite 50%. 4 for 9. This time it's 3rd and 3.
Mustang 19. 70 Ranger. 70 Ranger. Ready.
To throw, here's Ward.
Firing quickly here, and it's complete.
And he will have the Titans 1st down as this defense unable to hold. It's a 7-yard gain there on 3rd and 2.
46-yard line.
60 Bobcat. 60 Bobcat. Go.
Throwing now, Ward.
Able to find Pryor. But he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. A good pickup there of 20 yards.
Titans 1st down.
Go. Hot, hot.
He's going to have the hook, and the ball is knocked out. But fortunately, he's able to recover his own fumble, or that could have been trouble. And defensively, maybe an opportunity miss there.
No doubt about it. When that ball's out, all you're thinking about as a defender is, this is our chance to make a huge play. Instead, he's able to recover his own fumble. Big sigh of relief, huh?
Yeah, usually those wide receiver fumbles, there's open space around for the defense, but not there. He hops right back on it. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So the Titans in possession of the football here as we get you reset. They've got a 1st and 10 as they search for a late score.
Here's a 1st and 10 at the 14-yard line.
Ready. Panther 60. Panther 60. 60 Eagles. 60 Eagles. Ready.
Up the middle they go. Crockett. And into the end zone for a Tennessee touchdown. A great play there. His 1st touchdown on the year.
And the Titans have got it back to a 2-score game here in the 4th.
I'm not sure win-win is the proper term here, but it certainly felt like it. They got the touchdown they needed. But if I'm on the defensive side of the ball, okay, you got the touchdown, but it sure took you a long time.
Yeah, because offensively, though, you're probably hoping for a 1 to 5 play drive. That one ate up a little more time than they were hoping.
You're exactly right, and if you have that 1 to 5 play drive, you actually build up momentum and even more hope. When they had to slog their way downfield, they got the touchdown, but it's almost like, yeah, you know,
doesn't feel right.
Exactly.
Joey Sly now to kick off after the touchdown.
And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback.
At their own 35-yard line.
Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. And a few kneel downs should just about do it. Now, defensively, they do have all 3 timeouts, but very little reason to use them at this point.
They're going to have 2 hands on the football here as they run on first down.
Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
That's it. That's what you want. Straight ahead, positive gain. Just keep that clock ticking.
Rip, 23. Sunday, hunt. Here we go, son.
And they take a knee.
Hey, go, gold! Go, gold! Hey, Soko, son, hunt.
And they'll indeed take a knee. So this will be a win for Jacksonville. And we talk so much about the turnover battle, determining who wins, who loses. This game, no exception. Error-free football, no turnovers at all, and they win it.
So this is one you don't have to convince your team that what you're saying is accurate. And you know what I'm talking about. Head coach always stands up in front of the team and says, guys, if we do this, this, and this, we'll win. And usually they say if we win the turnover battle, we'll win. Well, here's the proof right there. Win the turnover battle, go on to victory. Now the guys believe. You move on to the next lesson where you have to convince them. This one is now planted.
So for Jacksonville, the win moves them up to 5-2 now on the year. And they will hit the road next week for a date with the Cleveland Browns. Meanwhile, for the Titans, things are definitely going south quickly as they fall now to 1-6. And they'll look to regroup next week as they head to Houston to take on the Texans. And for Charles Davis and our entire crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching